Hi, everybody. So, this is the New York session, and today we are also going to be trading the $5,000 equity hedge prop firm account. We're going to be trading it live. So, you're welcome, everyone, and we are getting started right away. So this is how it's going to go today. We will try to make sure that I'm recording, by the way, so that I can repost the video later on. Um, So basically, we're looking for the opportunity, and we're going to be trading the account. So I'm going to also be logging in into my equity hedge account. So we're going to be trading on the MetaTrader 5, right? So we have 2 minutes to the market open, and then we are going to get started. And in the meantime, right now, I'm trying to log into the account so I can show you where we are currently on the account, and you can see how everything is. So we have 2 minutes for NASDAQ market open. Although today's bank holiday, so if we don't get a huge movement, then there is no problem with that, right? So and okay, so we have potentially we are potentially getting started. So all right, so let's run through the analysis very quickly, and then you see what NASDAQ is doing right now. So basically, you can see that NASDAQ is right now approaching the Asian low. So if NASDAQ is approaching the Asian low, just like what I said in the London session, see how NASDAQ actually pulled up. The NASDAQ took the high of the Asian high, and then now we're pulling back into the low of Asian range, right? So if NASDAQ should take the Asian range and then reject it back to the 50% of the Asian range, that's exactly when we're going to be executing our buys. However, the sell could just continue deeper into the previous day low, right? So the sell could potentially continue down to the previous day low like this, and then and that's also possible. Although taking a sell is not possible right now because this is a 200-point stop, and if you put your anyway, so if we get a sell opportunity, it doesn't matter whichever opportunity that we actually get, we are actually going to be taking it, either a buy or a sell. But one of the scenarios actually has to happen after the first 15 minutes of the market open. We need to see NASDAQ, going in one of the directions that we have pointed out. All right, so the market opens already, and so I'm on the 15 minutes time frame, and we're gonna see how it behaves. So my expectation right now is that NASDAQ should hold. If NASDAQ should hold this level, if this level holds, that means we need to get something like this, right? But if this level did not hold, then NASDAQ is going to reach into the previous day low level. So we're going to give it some time, and then we're going to stay patient. So while that's cooking, let me show you the account so you see where we are right now. So in the account itself, we've not taken any trade. It's still $5,000. The balance is still $5,000. There is no trades taken yet. Zero trades, zero, everything is zero. Don't forget our profit target is still $400. We need to make $400 without losing $400. And in any single day, we cannot lose $200, meaning we cannot lose 4%. So the overall target of the challenge itself is that we need to make 8% profit. And based on the plan that I shared in the previous video, is that we're going to pass the account in potentially 2 winning trades. If we get 2 winning trades, then we are definitely going to be passing the challenge, right? So with that, let's see what NASDAQ is going to give us in this New York session. Though if we don't get any trading opportunity within the first 15 and 30 minutes of this live session, then I will just keep looking for opportunities. So anytime I'm going to enter a trade, I'm going to then start recording again so that I could share the the trade breakdown later on, right? But on this live session, we're going to be here for probably 30 minutes to 1 hour, and then we are going to see if NASDAQ actually give us the opportunity. Don't forget that today is actually bank holiday, and with every bank holiday, you tend to have like very slower movements on the market. So because of that, we're going to try and trade very carefully. And so let's see what 5 minutes is doing right now. Right now, everything is just slow. Nothing is really moving yet. And it's also very typical for Mondays. Mondays on NASDAQ always tends to go very slowly, right? So, and but actually, the market structure right now on 5 minutes is pretty cool. You see, what's happening right now is that, so just to run through it again, we have NASDAQ, created a swing range from here to here, and then pull back to the 50% level, which is like a resistance level. Then reacted and broke it, make a new high. Guess what's happening right now? It came back to potentially retest the demand level over here. So if this level is going to hold, then we need to see NASDAQ do this, break this level, pull back into this level, then give a buy. So we're going to be extremely patient in order for us to really get a high quality setup, right? So what we have to just do is that NASDAQ needs to do this scenario, which I just lay out right now. NASDAQ needs to break this level that we have aligned over here. Once it breaks this level, it confirms to us that, okay, the buy direction is confirmed. So we just need to now wait for a pullback, such that on the pullback, when the pullback now happens, then we'll now be looking for, a buy reaction. So we can also join the buy. However, before this can happen, there is also a possibility that NASDAQ will go deeper into the demand zone, the next demand zone that is over here. And in fact, it's very likely to be what will actually happen, which is this level over here. So from here, NASDAQ can then now begin to give a buy. But instead of we predicting if NASDAQ is going to sell or not, so it's better for us to just wait and take the highest quality trade instead of just taking the trade. So we can't take the sell right now from where it is right now because we need it to be a very high probability. And the location where NASDAQ is right now, there's two things that can happen. It's an area of demand. So because it's an area of demand, it's also an area of liquidity. So because two things are stacked together, it makes it, for me, for my strategy, it makes the probability lower that we're going to get a good trade. It can happen, but we will just patiently wait. By the way, if you're on this channel, are you also planning to trade along? Do you have an account that you are potentially planning to trade on this challenge, or you are just you're watching for to see how it's been done and all? By the way, if you also have a Profit account, I believe that you can just just follow ahead, just follow along and do the same thing in your own account, and it's gonna be cool. For sure, we're gonna be passing the account, bro. We're gonna be passing this account. Like, I mean, it's just $400, right? So how hard can it be? How hard can it actually be? Okay. All right. So we are we're in the second 5 minutes of the market open. So let's see what NASDAQ is gonna do. See what NASDAQ is going to do. And see what NASDAQ is going to do. Alrighty. While we're waiting, let's see what S&P 500 is actually doing. That can also give us an idea. All right. On the other hand, S&P 500 is going to take the Asian low. Very likely, it's going for the Asian low, which is inside the demand zone, and then from there potentially it can actually give a buy from there. So looking at what S&P 500 is doing, it's likely that NASDAQ would sell, a little bit into a zone. Okay, like I'm saying now, okay, I can see that there's already some push happening on NASDAQ, and but it's not tempting to me to enter, even though it looks good, but I'm not interested in taking a sell. So even though the sell looks good, so the reason is because if you see S&P 500, S&P 500 is creating like a divergence whereby it's a little bit higher than where NASDAQ is, right? And even though it tends to follow what NASDAQ does sometimes, and NASDAQ tends to follow what S&P 500 does sometimes, right? So this area is still an area of demand. So for that reason, it's best to stay away from trying to sell the continuation of the market from here. For that reason, that's why I'm going to be holding up and just wait. So we're still waiting. No trade has been taken yet. You can see over here. Still, we've not taken any trades. And let's see the MetaTrader 5. The MetaTrader 5 as well. We've not taken any trades in there yet. No trades at all. And basically, you know, just trying to make sure that everything is as transparent as possible. See the history, there's no trade. The balance is still $5,000 balance. So everything is actually pretty cool. Okay, let's go back and see what NASDAQ is doing. So NASDAQ is still rejecting that level. As I said, NASDAQ is currently in an area of demand. So because it's in an area of demand, definitely there will be some reaction. There'll be some reaction from buyers and all, but we need to see some market structure break, and then we're going to be able to actually take a trade. So, and with that, we are going to keep waiting, because today is Monday. We're not going to force the trade. Today is day one. If there's no trade today, then there's no trade today, right? So I'm just going to hold on until, you know, we can get the best day, the best trade. So we are waiting right now. We are waiting right now. Okay. And NASDAQ is still pushing. NASDAQ is pushing. NASDAQ is pushing. NASDAQ is still pushing. Okay. And we're gonna wait for what the first 15 minutes candle will do. So depending on what the first 15 minutes candle does, which remains just about 5 more minutes for it to finish, then we're going to know exactly what the NASDAQ is thinking to do for today. Mondays, I've noticed that NASDAQ moves slowly and steadily in one direction. So it's also possible that that's exactly what is happening today. And if that's what is happening today, then, you know, you can just keep doing, you know, small bearish movements until it gets to the bottom. But we would see if that is the case actually. So we're still waiting. We are still waiting. We're still waiting. Okay, so we are almost at the first 15 minutes of NASDAQ, in the next 5 more minutes now. You know, sometimes when you're trading, everything is just about waiting and waiting and waiting. You're looking at what the price is doing, and then you're waiting, like, okay, very patiently waiting to see, am I going to have an opportunity or not? And then you keep waiting. So yeah, let's see. All right, so now it's just a waiting game. I think this is the time I should play some music. Let's play background music. Let it be going, obviously. All right, let's take a look at US30. US30 is way above S&P 500. Okay, and then back to NASDAQ. Okay, so like the level is trying to hold. It's like the level is trying to hold. The demand level is trying to hold over here. So that would be a good one actually, if it does hold. So 15 minutes. Don't forget, we have the previous day high above and we have the previous day low below. So normally NASDAQ needs to go and take one of them. But in order for us to be able to take this trade now, the good thing now is that we have created what we call session high. Yeah. So for NASDAQ session, the New York session that just started, this is the highest point that price is, right? So if NASDAQ should, from where it is right now, break the highest points where NASDAQ was like here and pull back. It can also be a good like buying confirmation as well. So that's like a micro structure, but it's looking more like NASDAQ is going to go for the previous day low right now based on what it is doing. So from what I can see, NASDAQ has currently broken the demand zone, the minor 15-minute demand zone. So that's suggesting that there is interest for NASDAQ going for the previous day low. So NASDAQ can potentially go for the previous day low next, and that can actually be a good area for us to look for trading opportunity. Now that this is happening, for sure, NASDAQ is going to reach the previous day low level. So the only thing is that the risk to reward for that, we can't take that because we can't take the sell. This is going to be 100 pound less. Our stop loss is like 50, and then we'll target that, but that's not going to happen because I think the minimum stop that we need really has to be like 100 points, which is going to be 2% if we're using one lot size. So let me quickly calculate something. Let's say you took a shot here and you use 100 points. Just stop, which is going to be over here. And you want 1 to 2. Is it possible that NASDAQ could give that? It's probable, but inefficient actually. Better to wait. The reason is because if you're taking a shot from where price currently is, for example, unless NASDAQ really push a lot deeper below the previous day low and also into the level, I think that we can actually get that as an opportunity though, taking a sell. I think we might actually just give it a try. Let's give it a shot. It's looking to me like NASDAQ sell might be a good call, even though it's in the area of demand, what if we take a first trade or not? So obviously, I don't have any more reason. Okay, the first 15 minutes candle had finished. So based on what's happening right now, I think NASDAQ is actually going to reach into the level that we are looking at. So if we get a pullback, it would be a good opportunity to take a short, because NASDAQ would go for the previous day low. But right now, it's already quite late to enter it, unless there's like a pullback to the upside. It's a little bit of pullback so that we can get a perfect entry. So because NASDAQ is going to go for the previous day low, and if it goes for the previous day low, it is a 131 points movement, which is super good in order for us to get like a decent risk to reward. So if I get any pullback right now, I'm going to be positioning for a sell, just to follow NASDAQ to reach the previous day low level. So need to see NASDAQ a little bit of pullback, and I can actually join. But if there's no pullback, then I'm just gonna let it go for today. It's already going, but it is what it is. Don't need to rush it. This actually happens a lot, where you are looking at the price to do something, you know that it's gonna do it, but you can also just enter just like that. So all right, so let's keep waiting. If we had entered, we would already be in some profit right now, but we have not, not done any entry. So I'm hoping that we get a pullback, because if we get a pullback, that would be the best entry to take. So let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Oh my days, man. NASDAQ is just pushing without us. Give us some entry, bro. Like, from when the session has started, the New York session, when it started, NASDAQ has now moved how many points? Let's measure it. From here to here, almost 100 points. So I think another thing is maybe when they break this minor level over here, there's going to be some reaction, okay? So I'm thinking that this level over here is going to give NASDAQ some hard time, actually, right? And you can see right now, NASDAQ has already pushed back up. So if we do want to take a sell, now is our chance. All right, I'm thinking that, let's give it a little bit more minutes. Let's give it some time more. Let's give it a little bit more time. I'm tempted to actually join the sell, right? And so if I should join the sell, risking 2%, over here, that will be a $100, a 100 point stop from where price currently is right now. So we take the entry from there, and the stop is actually going to be in a good place. The only thing is just that we would not be able to I think we should just hold on because this level is already rejecting a lot. So let me see what S&P 500 2 is doing. Okay, pretty much similar. Very steady, similar. Okay. 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 Let's see. Let's see. So let's take a look on the higher time frame, see if we can find any extra confirmation that supports the sell. Because now it will just be another thing, a drop, base, drop, base, drop, Okay. We're just within the drop, base, drop scenario. Let's see the 1 hour. Right. So 1 hour, NASDAQ is doing this drop, pull back here, reach here. I think it's gonna reach the extreme. So, all right. So I'm actually thinking that NASDAQ would sell to the extreme, but we need to wait first and see a sell candle. And even though it looks like buyers are also stepping in right now, right? So that means we'll wait and see if NASDAQ actually pull back into the Asian range. If NASDAQ pull back into the Asian range and it starts to come back outside, back into the below the Asian range, then that's going to be our Q, our entry Q. Okay. So for now, the scenario has changed a little bit. We are going to potentially wait and see if NASDAQ is going to enter into this level. If NASDAQ enters this level, what's going to happen is that it can go here, and if it starts to come back, at that point, we're going to take a trade. But if that doesn't happen, then our buy commission is actually still the best approach. Okay. So now it's just a waiting game, and we're going to see which area NASDAQ wants us to actually play at. So, okay, we've not taken any trade yet. It's still looking very, unclear if we should join the sell or join the buy. So, right now, everything is too bearish on the short term right now. It's bearish. So, because everything is bearish on the short term now, we're going to trade carefully. So, while that is ongoing, let me just stop and check 1 or 2 things. Okay. That's that. right? So NASDAQ is pushing back into the zone, so we need to see what it's doing. Let's check on the S&P 500. Similar, and this as well, similar. All right, so now the current idea now is that if NASDAQ should, from where it is now, get back into this range, or maybe up onto this level, if it starts to go back downward, then we're going to take a sell. But if that doesn't happen, then most likely they're going for the buy is already happening. So, all right, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. All right, let's okay. Pretty much. NASDAQ is doing a classic thing. But now, so here comes the potential moment we're waiting for. So now NASDAQ is back inside the Asian range. That's a good thing. If NASDAQ is back into the Asian range, if a red candle should close again outside the Asian range and should close outside this level, then I might take a sell, right? If I should take a sell from it, for example, then you're going to have to target a 100-point stop, right? And then target a 200 points downward. It's going to be a 1 to 2. So now that we have NASDAQ doing that, now it's a confirmation time now. If the confirmation I just stated out now, if it happens, I'm going to take a sell. If it doesn't happen, I'm just going to leave it because you can see this red candle that just happened now did not close really outside of the zone, outside of the Asian range. So it's still signifying that buyers are still in control now. And potentially what buyers can do, buyers can eventually, if buyers should close above this level, or especially above the 50% mark, then it definitely means that buyers are taking control. So we need to now see them take the Asian high, do a pullback, and on the pullback, we're going to join the buy. Okay, and that's how we do it. Okay, now it's about waiting. Just wait. It's about waiting. It's about waiting and waiting and waiting. So we are waiting. NASDAQ, we are waiting. We are waiting on you to give us a signal. Give us the signal, Mr. NASDAQ. Give us the signal, Mr. NASDAQ. And I'm gonna come over here. All right, so we're waiting for NASDAQ to do its thing. And then while we're waiting, we're just waiting. Okay. 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 So like I said, it looks like the condition that we lay out is happening. So we need to check and see if NASDAQ should be closing above the 50% range of the Asian session, then we are potentially going bullish already. So see, NASDAQ is quite amazing. But the market is quite amazing. Like, you know, we were patient, and that's a good thing. Thank God we are patient. The patience now has at least helped us to avoid taking an unnecessary loss, which we could have taken. We could have already taken close to taking a loss by now if we have jumped on that sell. But thank God we didn't jump on the sell just like that. So good thing we didn't do it. Good thing. Good thing. Didn't jump on that sell like that. Okay. All right. So 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna call it. We're gonna end the stream right here. So what will happen now is that for any trade that I actually take, I'm gonna be recording it so that I can publish the video on YouTube. So most likely I'm gonna publish the first video today or tomorrow. Well, tomorrow obviously, in the morning after today's trading day. In case I later see a trading opportunity today, I would enter, I'll record it and make it visible. And if not, then we are going to also see each other tomorrow. So right now, NASDAQ direction is not yet clear for the day. It's looking like this is going to be a formation of a demand level. So what we want to see now is we want to see NASDAQ breaking structures and creating a buying structure, right? A higher high and higher low on the 5 minutes time frame, on the 15 minutes time frame. So and how I would have preferred if NASDAQ is going to take the 50% range of the Asian session to pull back and then respect that and take it back from there. So that is the play that I'm expecting, and in order for that to happen right now, let us be patient, and with that I believe that everything's going to be okay. All right, and it's also possible that the sell is actually going to happen like I mentioned initially. If from where we are right now, NASDAQ is having a hard time breaking this level, right? If it can't break this level, what needs to happen? It needs to break this level. If we break this level on any minor pullback, if you get any pullback, then I'm going to take the sell downward, right? Like that. Anyway, with that said, thank you everyone for coming. This is going to be the end of the live stream for this New York session. So we've been here for about 30 minutes now, and we've not seen any opportunity. I usually like to see opportunity within the first 30 minutes or 1 hour of the market. And in order to make sure that the stream is not just running, running. So I prefer to let's call it the day here. I will be recording on just to make sure that I can share the recordings later on. So happy and safe trading, everyone. Don't forget, you can always ask any question in the comments if you have any question. Also, you can join us on the Telegram channel. Just click on the link in the description. And we have not taken yet any trade on the 5K challenge, right? So no trade yet from this session. So I'll keep looking at NASDAQ. If I see any opportunity, then I'm going to update everyone on the page. I'm going to take the trade. I'm going to record it, and that's going to be it. So that's going to be it for this session. Thank you everyone for coming, and happy and safe trading, everybody. Bye bye.